Let's continue with the part 2 of our week 5 and 6 in practical research. This is on citing related literature using standard style. The standard styles are the reference styles that we're going to use to be able to refer these references, citations that we will be able to have, and we will be able to get from information that are available in books, journals, websites, and the like. Okay, so citing related literature using standard styles are all the reading materials related to your research that you intend to review or re-examine, and it offers you concepts, ideas, or informations belonging to other people. So these are coming from other writers, authors, researchers, and the like. It is a must for you to cite or make a citation, an in-text citation that was mentioned by Lupogan of 2018. So when we say it is a must, ibig sabihin, there is a need for you to really cite the works of other people. This is to avoid, first of all, plagiarism. And of course, this is to make sure that you guys are making use of proper information as well. So, proper citation is one of the important skills that you need to learn in doing a literature review. Learning this new skill is one of the ethical standards in research, and it will greatly help you to avoid plagiarism in your research. According to the University of Oxford 2020, plagiarism is presenting someone else's work or ideas as your own, with or without their consent, by incorporating it into your work without full acknowledgement. And that is very rampant with students nowadays. Copy paste, because it's easy. It's actually easy to do, but then it's related to plagiarism. Copy paste is plagiarizing already. So let's talk about in-text citation. This in-text citation should be based on the current edition of the APA, or American Psychological Association, the Modern Language Association, or MLA. We also have Chicago Manual of Styles and other standards relevant to one's discipline. But what do you call this one? The commonly used for research studies, such as for students or students and other researchers, as well as APA system. This is because the area of APA system is, well, first of all, it's easier to really make use of, and of course, it's the standard for at least universally po. So these are the three most common used in in-text citation. The areas applicable are in APA citations are psychology, education, and other social sciences. For MLA, these are arts and humanities, while for Chicago Manual System, history and many other subjects in scholarly and non-scholarly work. This is because there are related factors that would affect the citation, specifically in the way that it should be written on the reference list. That is why they have different purpose. Now, the general rule for APA citation is that it follows author and date system, while for MLA, it follows author page method system, while Chicago Manual follows author date system, which is similar to APA. An example for author date system is Garcia 2021. For MLA, Garcia, page 234. For Chicago Manual, same with APA, Garcia 2021. That's the general rule. The second one is that cite the author or editor's last name and year of publication. As mentioned earlier, Garcia 2021. Author's last name and year of publication. For MLA, cite author's last name and a page and then a reference, and a reference suffices. So that would be Garcia, page 235, and then all the other details on the reference sufficing. And then, the Chicago Manual System, cite author's last name, followed by the year of publication of the work in question, and the page number if needed. No punctuations appears between author and date. That would be Garcia 2021, and then the page 235. So, in writing it down, instead of putting all the other details for APA citation, you just have to write Garcia 2021 noted in his study that. So that's how it goes for in-text citation. Take note that whatever style or system is required in your research, you must make sure that all the resources used and cited in your literature review should appear in the reference list for APA Chicago and for APA list, and then for Chicago manual and works cited ang term, and also for the list for MLA. Okay? Then, of course, we have there, oh, it went straight to our okay. So other aspects of APA, MLA, and Chicago are discussed on this area. Let's try to spot it. Okay, so for single author, we have it here. Oh, okay, it moved back. Okay, for single author, we have it here. For in-text citation, Chenal 1995 asserted that the data is presented in a blah blah blah, so that will be a continuous idea that's taken from Chenal in an in-text. For MLA, Dover has expressed this concern, then they write the page here, 118. For Chicago, one researcher, and then as you can see, there is an open and close parenthesis, no comma after the last name, as cited earlier. So one researcher, that is Johnson 2019, stated. See the difference? For this one, Chennai 1995. This one, Dover, and the page. For this one, the author's last name and the year without any comma or period afterwards. For inference or parenthetical format, data is to be resented in a simple format such as this. In an open and close parenthesis, you have to write the last name of the author and the year separated by a comma. For MLA, this concern has been expressed, and that would be Dover, page 118 to whatever page there should be in an open and close parenthesis without a comma, while the Chicago manual, researchers suggested that the last name without the comma and the year in an open and close parenthesis. That's for single author. For one work, this is in-text citation, ha? For one work or two or three authors, that would be for APA citation or system, Reverte and Irving, 2009. Reverte and Irving. So you can see there, we did not make use of et al. And then for MLA, Bradley and Rogers stated in the hypothesis. Bradley and Rogers, without page, without the year. For Chicago, both styles. That would be the last names and the year of publication in an open and closed parenthesis. So parang combined for Chicago manual system. As you can see here, they are separated. The year of publication is inside an open and closed parenthesis, while this one, there's no year indicated, there's no page indicated. While for Chicago, they combined it, but this time without any comma or separation or the like. Okay. For in reference or parenthetical format, it has been shown Reverte and Irving, comma, then the year of publication. While the other one, this hypothesis, Bradley and Rogers, then there's a page there, which is 7. And then for Chicago, both styles mentioned as shown in Johnson and Smith, 2017, without a comma inside a closed and open parenthesis. Do you see the difference? So for APA citation, 1 or 2 or even 3 authors, you could make use of this one. So it's separated by a comma, the author's last names and the year of publication. While for MLA, it's very important to include the page. While for Chicago, it's a combination of the two but without a comma. If there are one work by more than 3 authors, only cite the first author of or editor's last name and add et al. So for in-text, pag mas marami sa tatlo, Poe et al. 2009, Summer et al., Dale et al. So they all these systems make use of et al. Only because there are more than 3 authors. Alright? And then for in reference naman, as shown, Poe et al., these are separated also by a comma in an open and close parenthesis. While on MLA system, the last name of the first author, and then they make use of et al. Again with the page number. Well, for Chicago, the asserted formula shown, Dale et al. Without a comma, 2016. There's a period represented because et al. Is shortened. Okay? For unknown authors, if there's no author, sometimes if we try to browse the web, they do not show the author, right? And so for in-text using anonymous, that is anonymous 2001, implied that for MLA system, that is when you're going to use a source of annual guide report stated. That is the source, annual guide report. So for APA, they make use of anonymous, while for MLA, they made use of a source. Now, for Chicago naman, they make use of the organization. Chicago Style Citation, and then Scribr 2009. Scribr is a site in the web. Sometimes they do not put the writer in Scribr, but most of the time there are. And so if in a case that there is an unknown author, you can make use of Chicago Style Citation, which is Scribr 2019, implied that. Okay, that is a website. For in reference or parenthetical format naman, for APA system, implied that education, anonymous 2001. There's a comma, so you can see. For MLA, as stated, the Presidential Commission Annual Guide Report 4, that 4 there is a page number. While for Chicago, implied that Chicago Style Citation Scribr 2019 inside a close and open parenthesis, but without being separated with a comma. Those are the examples and aspects of APA system, MLA system, Chicago, and Chicago manual system. So the activity set for the following or the lesson 2 is the following: explore, activity 2.1 spot it, activity 2.2 reflection time, and lastly activity 2.3 cite me. The activities are set also here as a screenshot. Activity 2.1 spot it, you will only have to what do you call this one? Recognize what citation was used in the following items. So, significant group of healthy young old people, World Health Organization 2012 will face at least 20 more years of active life. So, which did they use? Is it Chicago Manual System, MLA, or APA? Just have to write your answers on that area. Okay? That's for activity 2.1. Let's move the presentation. These are the rest of the activities wherein you, as you can see here, activity 2.2 reflection time. Reflect on the following questions carefully. Write your answers on a separate sheet of paper. Why do you always need to write citations when writing or doing a research? So why is this important? Aside from that one, aside from writing or doing a research, in which field or area of learning is citation significant and why? So you'll have to answer those questions, okay? Lastly, activity 2.3, cite me. Based on the topic that you are most interested to explore from your activity 1.4, that is earlier, topic that interests me, write the correct APA format of referencing at least 5 sources of your RRL. You go back to the activity of 1.4, that is from the previous lesson, and then all your sources should be there. Now write the APA reference style. The APA format are the following. If you are going to write it in a reference, you have to indent the second line, double space, as you can see, so the indentation is there. Now the word reference is in center and bold. So since this is not encoded or something, you can just write there the format of the APA, which is, of course, we have the author, the last name, author's last name, Abdul, the author's first initial, that would be J from here, and then we also have the publication date, that should be a year. If the month and day is not indicated, then you can make use of the year. But if there is a month and date, the formation is year, month, and then day. And then after that one, you will have to italize the title of the article, which is How Will the Arctic Survive? And then the publication, which is in National Geographic. This is not in italic form already. And then if there's a page, you can include the page also. And lastly, the URL where you got the information from. So this is from http colon / www.geographic.com/library/. And the last part would be in connection to the link, which is journal article. So this is the link of where they got the information about how will the Arctic survive. So remember to indent and double space. Indent the second line while the first one is not. Okay? Just like this one, the same examples for an organization, Australian Bureau of Statistics 2017. And you have to take note that the year is also in an open and close parenthesis. There's a period after that one. And then the title of the article is actually italized, Childhood Education and Care. And then the URL. Okay? So those are the samples of APA format, and this is already on the 7th edition. So that should be all for part 2. If you have any questions, let me know. Please do not hesitate to contact me, okay?